All right, welcome back. We're just really going to town this fine Saturday and getting a lot of stuff covered. And I just lost a lot of threads. So threads in computer science, you can actually have threaded programming or parallel programming where you have multiple processes or multiple computer programs or bots, whatever, however you want to think about it, multiple things doing work at the same time in a computer. So, and I have these threads of thought about, so a little explanation about just there. I had a bit of a delay. I had to organize the storage because I've got myself recording videos, I've got my kiddos recording videos to this thing, like, and that I'm still figuring out because, I mean, as a protective parent, as someone who's trying to work with a co-parent, like, I can't, in good faith, share any of that. And I don't want to anyway, to be honest. Like, I'm trying to figure out a project to do, like, share internally, like with my family. And then, because that's what I do with Facebook, I have a family group, and I know this is open source intelligence, and just be mindful when you talk about things like this. Like, don't say group names, don't say passwords ever, and and then even then, be in communication with your group members or your family. If someone weird wants to join your group, or if someone you think is already in there, check first, because that's an impersonation scam that happens on Facebook. Is people, mostly people from India, but I mean people from Africa as well and people from the whole world, mind you. Don't get me wrong, it's not just these, but it's mainly these. And it's because the amount of resources and and wealth needs to be redistributed back, and that's why we get things like Black Panther and Welcome to America or Coming to America, whichever one the Eddie Murphy one was, where the king can. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, it's good, but ah. I mean, iron, for real. Because then we can make it easier to travel between these places and help them. And see, so that was the other thing. So China did a bunch of things for Africa, and it was really great. Like, because I follow a government official over there. It's actually pretty cringe because I also told her to legalize cannabis. And, like, I mean, I said she should think about it, and that Colorado is, and I listed out some things like, 'cause I'm not, how do I put this? I'm still cautious, but at the same time, let's actually I don't need that. I was gonna say we need the coral because yeah, that's what I usually try to get from him. But I'm just gonna leave him alone. You can go despawn somewhere. Depending on if I need to heal my tools, I'll get like a whole bunch of stuff. Um, oh, but anyways, back to resources and stuff and like, oh, and then actually wait, no. Resources, India, Africa, we took their people, their human labor, by force. So there's the psychological aspect of that. The cultural blowback over time dealt with that. And then the affirmative action reverse racism that's resulted of that as well. So still, like, not denying that reverse racism is a problem as well, it's still a result of our racism in the first place. So that's why once you kind of lay it all out on the table like that, I mean, because that's what America's like biggest thing was like between the natives and the Africans. Mm. And then the following descendants of both cultures and both subgroups who are Americans and now assimilated in that. So you're partially assimilated, but there's friction. Sorry, I'm also like looking through my phone. Um, because there's a bunch of other stuff. Like, okay, well, here's a good thing. Legalizing cannabis and substance use for substance abuse. So we all had DARE in my generation, and they taught us that marijuana and heroin and crack and all of these things, all these really horrible things, and then they would like start with marijuana. And I honestly think that they wanted to like, I mean, they understood that the severity was like, okay, not as bad, and then they did, in good faith, talk about the harder drugs a lot more, I want to say. And I did see, well, yeah, no, I definitely know because I also saw pictures of people and their booking, like arrest photos and yeah, and like, and we were in a prison community, so we actually had a prison for a frame of reference right there, like literally like the biggest building in town. um, and yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, and it had lights that were like those Fox 31 skylights that went up into the sky, and it had a car driving around it 24/7. Like, there were people working graveyard shifts there. Oh, and the ducks just explode. All right. So, anyways, just so you can kind of get a little perspective into that part of like why I think what I think and I do what I do. So we had a prison right there. It was a pretty good deterrent. Like none of us wanted to do drugs. And we definitely didn't want to do meth because then you'd rot like a zombie. Heroin was still really bad. And then, but like, there weren't a lot of bad marijuana pictures for arrest people. In fact, I don't think there were any, to be honest. I think marijuana was listed as like one of many offenses. And see, that's the other thing is like alcohol. Like, really, it's just alcohol. Like, Alcohol Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous. I've been to both, you know. Um, Mostly support out of convenience. Like, I mean, the Alcoholics Anonymous, yeah, that was definitely for me, but not so much the Narcotics Anonymous. So, um, and now Coloradans can say that, and Oregonians, and you know, like almost half the country, no, 38 states can say it medicinally, and then, yeah. So my history being cannabis and all that back in the day. But anyways, so. But simply doing that one thing and telling the Chinese government official that she should consider legalizing cannabis and the positive effects it's had on our society, our culture, our education, our family structure. Like, I mean, I think our problem solving and resolvement, or not problem solving and oh, this is gonna be okay. We got to be careful. I think it's getting shallower. I'm going for that iron ore. I'm gonna cross, and then do I have anything? Ah, it just feels so weird. Or I guess I could use the grass blocks. Of all the things, I'm okay getting rid of. And sometimes if you place things like that, I think if no, there it is. It'll fall. Um, anyways, ugh. Okay. Sorry. But anyways, so one of the notes on my phone was Faruko. Um, didn't even like, and I think I keep seeing, and I'd have to look this up because I don't know what it actually looks like. I want to say I keep seeing the Puerto Rican flag in his videos. And for those of you that don't know, Puerto Rico is actually part of the United States. Well, wait, what is this you say? No. Puerto Rico is a sovereign blah, 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 or whatever it is. No, actually, technically, it's under like the protection and faith of the United States. Like, but at the same time, and see, it gets confusing. And even me as a U.S. citizen, I have no idea what Puerto Rico is. I mean, I don't know what Puerto Rico is to us. That sounds like a relationship thing. And so again, like different universes, different perspectives. Like if Puerto Rico is America, then Faruko is just as much of an American as I am. And I mean, he speaks much better Spanish than I do. And I probably speak better English, but I don't know. I mean, actually, no, he speaks very good English from what I think I've seen. And see, again, not trying to be racist or anything. And again, pointing out that I'm comparing Americans to Americans, like, so, but that's the point is like, and same with Taiwan and same with Ukraine and same with all these things, same with America in the beginning. Like we were a satellite from England and we wanted to go do our own thing and we did a bunch of great things. Like, I mean, really that's what it is. And it's because of our opinions and our views on that, that we think that Taiwan and Ukraine should be independent and sovereign nations. But at the same time, like, let's not deny like what China's doing for the world and let's help China do that. Like, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's that whole saying. And then I was also gonna say, like, even for my personal thing, is you know, I'll say I'm not the best dad, but I'm not the worst dad. And like, you know, for my checkered past, I taught my kids how to tie their shoes in a day and a half. Like, and that's even just being generous and saying, we only spent like a grand total of 5 to 10 minutes both times. But one day we took a look at it, And I said, no pressure, but let's just take a look and I'll show you like the start of it. And I broke it up into two manageable segments and it took like, yeah, 5 to 10 minutes both times, 2 days, two different times, done. Less than half an hour total. And they learned how to tie their shoes. So, and again, like I have experience from a training class building wind turbines where I got trained how to teach processes efficiently in different ways of communication. And I speak Spanish. And when I'm talking to someone who speaks with a heavy Spanish accent, I tend to speak with a heavy Spanish accent. Like, even though, or like someone, it's weird. And I don't try to do it. And I'm definitely not alone. I've seen like some of my friends, this one girl or lady, and she's more a gangster. She's not really a lady, but anyways, no, she's awesome. She's a friend, but um, yeah, weird saying that too. But my point being is I've seen her start speaking very Spanish and she's just as white as me. And like, again, it didn't seem like she was trying to be offensive, but it kind of came off as offensive like that. I mean, and we have all these references to that in comedy. Like, oh, and that's the other thing too, cannabis and Monty Python. So right there, but we have references to these social tics and norms in comedy that certain people that might be a little more sheltered don't have experience to or exposure to. Therefore, they don't have that perspective and they don't have that frame of reference or that universe. So, wait, am I recording? I seriously have recorded like multiple times the entire thing. Like the worst time was Twitch because they only keep your videos on for 30 days and then they give you a really handy tool to export them to YouTube. And that's the reason I'm not doing streaming because I could have streamed like this whole adventure today in like 3 hours, but breaks are good actually. And and I really am doing other things in between, like just cleaning up, doing chores, working on side projects. And side projects like education, teaching. So we've got the GED stuff, although my throat's getting pretty dry. Mm. And I don't know, I also just recently had surgery too on my on my nose. My nose and my what are those? Uh, Tonsils. I got my tonsils taken out. So anyways, because I got sleep apnea, severe is what I've heard, what the doctors tell me. And so, like, technically, what that translates into is I could die in my sleep at any time. So I have to sleep with a machine. So basically, I'm Darth Vader. And my kids even know me as like a Darth Vader. And it's already funny enough. Oh, hey, it's Shipwreck. Because that was my son's favorite character growing up was Darth Vader. And like, and even though I explained to him multiple times that we are like Jedis, we're white hat, ethical hackers. And yes, my kids probably know more about hacking than I'm just kidding. I haven't taught them the dark arts yet, but when they're older, they'll definitely learn that. Um, Now, the blue teaming side, yes, and teaching them how to be good human beings, absolutely. And like I've mentioned before, my co-parent's Catholic, so the kids have been in and out of the church, and they're definitely around people of religion. And I have a religious upbringing, but not like more recent. So it's for, but I have many other things too. And we also have family and law enforcement, both sides. Law enforcement, and we have both sides have black sheep, where the wrong side of the bars, and military veterans all around. Like I'm actually the first in my family not to serve, which is strange and different. I mean, but I didn't get a lot of shame for it, mostly because a lot of the people, we don't really talk to a lot of people in my family, but even if we did, like what we do talk about is just so much more important than any kind of shame or anything. And that's just it. So like a lot of the shame in a lot of situations is implied or not real. Like it's implied and felt as, oh, I just realized there's like a Mario or Luigi by our home base, or like a Mario mermaid. I can't get that. I don't, I'm gonna have to circle that when I start editing these videos. But no, we were just talking about something very profound. But basically, the whole theme of today is the haves and the have-nots, and then understanding why certain people understand certain things differently, or it takes them longer to understand, especially if they don't speak the language. But like Yeah, like even like the PlayStation, the PS5. It's super easy to share these as lectures or like lecture-sized lengths of videos that are just like things to think about, things to ponder, and things to build upon too. I mean, take any of these things I'm talking about, and the Jamboards too. Like, I mean, I've started putting some in, but I've been cranking so many of these videos out that I don't know, and I've just been letting them go like live. I don't have the focus yet to do the editing, but probably I should. And then I don't know, but I will get into that thing that and see that's the other thing too. It's like you notice with people that make YouTubes and Twitch, like once they get comfortable with how they're making things, they stop explaining themselves as much. And that's myself included. Like I'll be probably stop explaining myself once we get to the point of that. But I honestly say I want to feel like I've even heard Waddles just now, and I trust I trust in Waddles. If that doesn't sound like a cultish thing, but no. And enough about that. Like I mean, yeah, between Waddles and Fighting Cowboy, I've watched a couple of, or a few very good YouTubers and Faruko. Like I just listened to a song, a really great song that was saying almost the same thing as like unity, world peace, understanding each other's situations. Like, and also I don't get like why that's Pod's oil, but it's bamboo. I mean, it is kind of something that I've known happens with jungles. Anyways. But yeah, and if Faruco is Puerto Rican, and if Puerto Rico is indeed, in fact, part of the U.S., like we claim, and then, but yet we can't give it statehood. And so that's why people get confused. And anytime there's a disaster, America's really quick to help, of course, but we do that with anything. And same with China too. Like China's quick to help with all these places, but then China also like wants them to foot the bill. And America kind of exploits their resources to foot the bill. So who's really a monster? Nobody. I mean, it's just like, are people just trying to do their best? Yes. And so even right there, there's world peace in a nutshell. China, the U.S., Russia. Yeah, it's different methods to achieve different goals against perceived or real dangers. And through better communication, we could eliminate friction that would result in unnecessary and unwanted friction or death or any of it, really. I mean, also kind of funny, like, now I'm getting to be a little bit bigger, a little more rounder around the middle, and like, I've always had a deep voice, but my best friend growing up, so I've had a few best friends. That's why I hate that term. Anyways, we're gonna run back to Mario Mermaid. Yeah, we're gonna go to Mario Mermaid, and then we're gonna go to the castle and see about, or the fortress, and see about getting that green dot on there, because I don't know how that. Like, because then I'm worried about is it dependent on where the cartography table was? But I don't really feel like that could be a thing. I guess it could. All right, and also, are we about to hit like a giant? Oh, this could be bad. Or it could be really good. And actually, there was one time in my life where I almost ended my life on accident doing cliff jumping. Ah! But it was a very risky jump spot in Buena Vista. Like it was out north of town. I think it was just called Jump Rock. And it was kind of bad because like people would party up there and I remember getting pretty pissed off one time because I saw a bunch of like spent fireworks in this like little puddle or like this nook in this rock. I was like, oh, that's cute. Like, I mean, granted, it was probably really fun for them at the time, and maybe they were drunk and that doesn't excuse it. It's just like, oh, okay, well, they were drunk and they forgot to pick up the stuff, which, and then people are like, oh, alcohol, like you could buy it like it's a grocery store. And literally, we have all these laws that we've just been voting on recently to sell alcohol in grocery stores and more licenses or looser governance. Yeah, we have Alcoholics Anonymous. We don't have Marijuana's Anonymous. We don't have Cocaine's Anonymous. We don't have Heroin's Anonymous. We don't have Methamphetamine's Anonymous. It's Narcotics Anonymous and Alcohol Anonymous. Like, so right there, that should tell you all you need to know, or you would think, about substance use. Now, substance abuse is when substance use, either legal or illegal, gets to the point where you're starting to experience hardships in your life. It's not talking about whether it's legal or illegal because there's a lot of gray areas. Like there's certain rehabs that'll let you continue out your use, especially if it's heroin, because it could kill you if not. Like if you go through withdrawals, it is a life or death situation, whereas it's an easily avoidable death. All right, see, so now, oh, the hat is the Mario head. Oh my gosh. I'm still going to take the crying obsidian. But I got to be careful. Oh, this I don't care as much, but I do. Because I do not want to die in lava or otherwise. I mean, especially here because I'm far away, and if you creep, you can walk on, or if you crouch, you can walk on that, and you won't fall into lava. So maybe the moral of the story is just a creep, and then I start thinking about like 90s, um, 90s R&B. There you go. See, again, that's a whole music that a generation may or may not listen to, especially R&B because that's like baby making music. So, like, I don't want my kids listening to that like just yet. I mean, in due time, in due time. But like for now, and that's the other thing too is like, oh, wait, everyone's growing up so much faster anymore, and I get it. Like, I'm all for preserving the innocence and the youth, and oh, I don't know. It's just, but it's already that ship has sailed really. Like with schools that do like gun drills and stuff, and like, you really want to talk about that. Like worrying about like the gangster rap and the stuff that's in the, in our music. Like worry about, I don't know. I don't know. There's something to be said about gangster rap, but at the same time, there's something to be said about society that would allow for gangster rap to be relevant. Like, for it to even make sense. Like, I mean, so Wu-Tang Clan, loved them. I still do. Like, I mean, I'm a huge fan. I actually, I sent them a message too. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Redman, but I sent him a message and I said, hey, I'm trying to get into streaming. Can I, maybe use some of your songs? And it's not big streaming. Like, it wouldn't be like I was ripping him off or like saying, hey, I know Wu-Tang personally. It would be more like, no. Oh, and there's the thing. I was just thinking to myself, I was like, how am I going to find my way back? Like, it's a pretty big bay, but not really because you can see the lighthouse over there. Oh, we should make an actual lighthouse. We got some time. Right. Yeah, uh, it's like I got the map explorer. That's what I wanted to get done today. But now, like, I don't know, ending on a half hour, that just seems kind of. Plus, I want to investigate on the green dot. So actually, right there. And see, the map. The map should show this gigantic thing, which the goat laser beam started to show up for some reason when I made that big, long red path. And see, like, even the Minecraft aspect, I'm trying to anticipate questions that people might have, like Waddle's Head Gets, because he does these episodes where he asks or he answers questions in the comments. And so it's like I'm already just trying to like make it to where there aren't any questions. Like, any questions? Oh yeah, wait, no, let's go clarify this part a little more. Okay. Hmm. So I'm gonna pull a Grinch, all right? So I'm gonna take it back to my workshop, meaning all of this iron, and then I'm gonna, or actually, no, that's a pretty even trade. Let's leave these riches for them. See, this is what England would have done, and I'm pretty sure they did. And I'm pretty sure this is what America usually does, but that's why it seems messed up. Like, I'm going to take the raw iron, and I'm going to leave, yeah, let's leave them this, and yeah, half a stack of these, so they don't have to go out and, like, kill a bunch of cows for them. Because that's the item frame. You need cowhide for that. But then also you need a lot, and that's why I have, like, a whole cow farm. Oh, and also this. Let's consolidate our coal blocks. So we're sequestering coal back into the ground. Although using it for our, yeah, and this should show up on the map as like a halo. It's kind of high up for Mario or Luigi. I don't know. That's almost like a Luigi shrimp. Okay. And see, even that could be a character in some of the memes, like, because I'm making memes on Scratch, and I'm gonna try to, maybe I'll do some of that today. Like, I got the first Cringe Chronicles. Oh, hey, Cal. Oh, no. Never mind. I need to go back and I need to borrow back and see right there, Indian giving. That's a term I learned growing up, which is a horribly racist term. But the way that I learned it, it was actually, and see, oh, shoot, what? Oh no. Wait, why? Why though? Um, oh. Wait, what? I'm so confused. All right, you know what? I'm not about to. Wait. Oh. I have a lighter. Okay. Sorry, I just had to like. Just a little recap. This is. Actually, I want to say this is a new one. It's not the first time this has happened, but I want to say this is a new one. But like, so I'm pointed that direction. In fact, I can see. Oh wait, this is might be better. Okay, okay, yeah, this is better. All right, I was about to destroy this portal and take all the obsidian, but even if there is a portal over there, I was gonna go back and borrow back the mine cart that I just gave for him, but that's okay. I would rather just walk. Um, that's fine. What I need to do, and see right there, Indian giving. It was described to me when I was younger that the term comes from borrow or taking back what was already promised. Which, if anything, that doesn't sound like an offensive term because that's exactly what we did to the Native Americans, who we called Indians at the time. Oh, also, I need to go up and over. So we're gonna go up to Quader, I guess, and then over to Andarius. I love it. I love these maps and like you can synchronize seeing the view from two different windows. And this is what it's like having two different computer monitors. And I have a minimum of two computer monitors everywhere I go. Like my personal, I have two for work, and I have two for my work at home station. Like, and they are separate. I don't know. That's the thing. And they're not exactly. I mean, they're not fancy by any means. And so I'm really not worried about people breaking in and robbing me. Like, I mean, I hope not. Please don't. But if you do, I might. I mean, if I'm here, I'll break your legs. But no, if I'm not here, then the cops will get you. Like, you almost never win, or you might get away for a while, and then it's like, oh, and then boom, they'll get you. So, and that's good. And that's what I support as a cybersecurity professional. That is a very reality. All right, there we go. So this is Octavius. Or wait, no, I don't even know. The one in my left hand is Octavius. That's right. So this one's got to be Quater. Yep, Quater. So the fourth one, Quattro. And then right at, or no, that's not the boundary. Boundary's like right here at position 0. Okay. Uh, I'm confused. I'm pretty sure it doesn't make a difference if you, like, as to when the green dots show up. Like, I want to say the change replicates through all of the different, um, yeah. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to make a copy. We have the full thing explored. Although I don't know why it's not linked. Yeah, because I feel like how I linked the last one. And see, this is, yeah, I've played a lot of Minecraft for multiple years now. And I'm, well, just learning things about this, like what that point was. Oh, well, it was to just had to check what I was saying anyway. Um, it's to turn off the powered rails just enough or just long enough for the minecart to stop. And then once you get back in the minecart, then you're instantly on a powered rail. So that's why there's the extra torches. You can do the where it stops you and it, cause that's all I thought it did. I didn't even realize like all the auxiliary stuff was to power that. So I mean, and like a small chance. I even said like my first instinct was troll, just because I was like, well, I didn't understand it, so maybe there's a not really malicious intent, but like a nefarious of a very light nature, like a comical or a jovial, like joking nature, like teasing. And so I don't know. And again, communication. If it wasn't properly communicated, like the severity of the action, then it could be like, oh, I have a friend that's in here, and he's like, he's trying to kill me all the time, but it's definitely not like anything like that. Where there's nothing nefarious or angry or malicious, but I wouldn't put it past him to like mess with me like that. Same with the pumpkin thing, and we even proved on camera that I have been known to plant pumpkins in a melon patch, and that's where I've seen it mostly. Not so much the other way around with like melons in the pumpkin patch, and that's like mind you with a lot of like harvesting. So yeah. Although wait, I think I need to have another powered rail here. Yeah, actually that is the. Well, now I understand that a little better. And see, right there, someone who plays Minecraft a lot and like understands a basic understanding of physics, even though this is all a fictional video game, like they do try to like, I don't know, kind of mimic physics. I mean, obviously they got the gravity down right. Like if you fall in like, I mean, not correctly though, because, well, then that's like your human anatomy and biology, like how you can withstand falls from great heights and be a-okay. Actually, let's see. Do I have any like? All right. Well, at least take a couple extra. So I want to say either I did drop off a bunch of wood recently or I haven't. Yeah, it's like the answer is yes because for here a lot of wood translates to I don't know. See, like that one's. Huh. Actually, I should have my shovel out because I do get experience for all that. Like wood. And so, and then talking about India and stuff, India and England, that's just more predominant. Oh, wait. No, I want this. Sorry, it's just, we've got stone for days. We don't need stone. I wanted to smelt all this iron ore and then, so you can change out the type of wood. Oh, actually, huh. There we go. Okay. Trying to balance it out. And see right there, what we just did, you can talk about how computer operating systems work. They balance out workloads like, okay, the goal is get all of these iron ores to be smelting. So each of these furnaces could be considered as a process or a parallel thread that's smelting that ore. Now that could be like encrypting a hard drive or decrypting a hard drive, or it could be sending a message or receiving a message. Because I mean, and even then, like maybe the process is like a socket that sends and receives. Maybe it's only one process, maybe it's two. I don't know. There's at least two streams, your input and output streams, and you usually have to program. Oh, also, let's take a look at the art lounge. Sorry, just like a little. I keep forgetting that I did this. So this is yeah, the scream. And then yeah. and then taking something and making it remixed multiple times in different variations, like, and then TV. And that is the size of how like three big screen TVs used to be, like, or maybe even this big. No, for real, it was more like this big. It was about as tall as a person, and then, or at least up to their shoulder, I'd say. Anyways, different times, different universes. And in my lifetime, all of that's changed now to this. And I want to say you can even play Minecraft on a phone. So, like, that's kind of, yeah. So we've got crying obsidian, we've got regular obsidian. I mean, I don't have any rails left, but that's okay because now I have all the iron. And see, so if England did that, like brought all the riches already pre-processed and made, and then like, because I feel like they were just gathering all the wealth to do, and then like they were already stretched so thin that it seemed like they were robbing. I mean, and then you got the pirates that actually were robbing. So then, like, even through no fault of England, although yeah, they shouldn't have been taking the riches out in the first place, but yeah, they had to finance their trip somehow. And so, yeah, they're just like the way that people have been solving problems over the years and the unaffected or the unseen consequences have led to wealth disparities around the world. And so, same with Africa. I mean, we still labor. Like, I want to say China is like taking minerals and resources. We're still mining over there. And then, yeah, and Africa's over there like, what, WTF, man? Like, well, that's fine. So, and that's why, like, not only do I want to get computers to these other countries, I want to get networks to these other countries. I want to get like agricultural networks, aquaponics. Like, I had a buddy that was trying to do that. Wait, do I have a stone? Just normal stone? Yes. It's getting pretty full. Yeah, see, this song sounds almost new. But again, it could be. Oh, and then now I was talking about the whole logic behind that. I was one short, but rather than try to borrow one from here and have an incomplete, although I say that, but even these stairs, like it got 60 here. Anyways, there's a point of diminished returns where it's not worth it to continue trying to solve that problem or trying to explain that problem. Oh, also, we're in the wrong map. We gotta fix that. And we gotta fix the naming thing. So, July's Jewels, while it was cute at the beginning, no, it doesn't sound good at all for a map name. Um, let's see, so, don't know what that is. Andarius. And then, yeah, let's go, oh wait, backup quarter can go back here. See, even right there, like, I made a decision. I did not want it, so. Septopolis. So, wait. Yeah, because 7 is Septopolis, and then the 8 will come up with something else. So, and I think, you know what? Right after I say this, or now that I say this, and it pops up, I think I even said this was more like a 9 because of the ninth month. Anyways. All right, well, I like that better. Septopolis. And then 8, there's a lot of versatility with 8. So, let's see, that's the 10 out of 10. That's the. All right. And there. So now we got to make a copy of that. Or you know what? I'm I'm wondering if that's why, if I needed to leave the second map until after I... That doesn't sound right. What does sound right is getting a bunch of mine carts and going back out there and then figuring that out. And then also making a tower to go out. But we've only got 20 minutes, so... All of these projects and things. Well, let's go ahead and... let's put away some of the other stuff, but I do want to keep... Like, just keep in my hotbar, like, what I want for the journey, and then everything else. Like, the bed, I don't even need. Like, it was kind of... It was a nice idea. Oh. That is a good point, though. Let's do a build-a-village, basically. Actually, yeah, for that. So this is why... Actually, this. So I have a bunch of resources, so I'm about to go into the Silence of the Lambs. No. Oh yeah, and I have room. And I even, took the time to bring a bunch of dirt down here so then it would be grass. So then the sheep could eat. Except for down here, I'm still working on it, but it's a little more hectic. Like, you can see it's kind of gotten there, but I guess it's not grass. Oh. And so then you get your free-range eggs for chicken debate. So then to get more resources invested in making enough room to humanely get chickens, which... Okay, there we go. And then we broke the tool. We used it all the way through. That's the other thing. There's inefficiencies and friction caused by assets, like, not being used. Like, for someone to get, like, a whole printer or a whole, or a whole tractor or a whole backhoe just for, one day's work or something. And then, how much do you pay somebody that you're just renting it for a day? Because I remember the construction place I used to work for rented a crane to hang the A-frames of a house we would be building. Yeah. And so rather than buy a crane ourselves, and mind you, this was a business up in Buena Vista, so already they were trying to like figure out other ways to be more efficient with things up there because everything was more expensive. You had to get it all the way up there, and then, yeah. So I don't know. And once you get more understanding or more ability to walk that mile in other people's shoes, like, 'cause it all comes back to that, especially with religion. Like, I haven't even opened up the Twitters. Like, I don't know, it's kind of toxic sometimes, especially when the last couple things I commented, I was kind of asking for it. I knew, like, I was going to get some responses like that, but then it's like, how else do you approach these discussions? So, I mean, basically gun reform or gun control reform. And make it sensible too, not make it oppressive, not make it, the boogeyman or something, but I don't know. Anyways, what we're doing is we're dropping off all of this wool, so we're keeping obsidian. So now I'm even like, like, row 2 is now keep, and the rest of this stuff I can put away somewhere. Oh wait, backup Septopolis needs to go back. And then, so actually let's do that now, because I don't want to accidentally take that somewhere, because I think that was like that before. Yeah. 7, 8, 9. So then this, that's just the original one. So, and yeah, so I have my amethyst, I have my riches. Like, I definitely didn't need to be bringing that amethyst back. In fact, I'd almost say, well, and see, right there's the thing. Let's go ahead and do it. It's because we still have 2 stacks in reserve. See, now we're trying to manage our colonies and our empires with this. So now we're colonizing, even though it feels wrong, like, but at the same time, let's see if we can effectively manage. I don't know. There was already villages there, and they probably had plans for what they wanted to do, but now I'm coming over and I'm changing it. So again, like, these things, I'm not saying even I'm evil or like this game's real, but right there, it's a direct simulation of, like, given the tools and given the opportunities to explore, to adventure, to plunder, to like all these things. The wait, what? Like, yeah, we're actually involved in piracy, like or Vikings. Like we kind of plunder the villagers' homes. And so now the Vikings were a little less humane about it. They were more upfront, like with like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm going to steal your stuff." Like okay. I mean, let's also block this up. Yeah, because it's really easy to get gold with the zombie pigman farmers. Oh wait, we've got some. Oh whoops! I already forgot what I just said. Oh wait, no, yeah, the blue and the purple, because we're gonna bring these resources to there and then get rid of all these. That'll bring that bed. Um, so then like I'll have a home away from home, but then also the people that are there. Oh, and that was another thing too. Vacation homes. So vacation homes in Buena Vista would get burglarized and vandalized because local or well, actually I don't know. But anyways, I'm trying to remember if like they ever said who it was, but no, anyways, like they'd have vacation homes and they'd be empty. And so I just remember like hearing cops talk about it, like, you know, like the concern and like if you hear of anything, like keep your eyes open. You know, same with like, you know, like who's selling drugs. Like if you hear anything, keep your eyes open. And it's like the whole town. Okay, yes, sir, officer, sir. And that's the thing. You can't just say drugs, like, and that's why legalizing cannabis would eliminate a lot more problems of the drug war than you would originally think, because most of the people were like at least involved in some transfer, sale, or possession of marijuana, but not really anything else. Like everybody was like, or if they were pretty much shunned by the city, like, you know, tweakers. Also, I have this wool. We'll give them this much wool too, whatever. But I was gonna put away the coral, the coal, and see, yeah, even remembering all these things. Like, it's easy to see how I forget things. And same with how there's packet loss in a network. Whenever you see it glitch out, like on a Netflix and originally, Netflix was the original streaming thing. Yeah, I think coal goes down there. And Netherrack goes wherever, whatever. Um, we're gonna take a shipment to, it's either Octo, like Octagon, Octagonia. Octagonia, yeah. I mean, it is kind of a ripoff of like, but whatever. I'm okay. I need, and actually, I do two. So we have. Oh, I wonder if it's changing the name. I mean, either way, we're gonna find out. Octo, Octoregon, Octagonia. Wait, Octogenarian, Octagonia. No, it's Octagonia. Octagorian would be interesting. I don't know. Octagonia with three O's. That sounds good. All right. Oh, yeah. So far, these are all locator maps. I also thought about that. That might be a thing. Um, if it's the other type of map. Oops. All right. Backup Octagonia. So that's the eighth one for collecting Infinity Stones with Thanos now. So I'm taking this empty locator map back with me to Octagonia because I don't see the green dot on either of them now. Or wait. Well, either way. There we go. So Octagonia, Septopolis, and then 9 something. Like nanogram, nano something, not a number. And that's almost back to 0. So Andarius or Alpha, the first one, but zero base index. So NAN would be the perfect. All right, so this will be NAN something or Narnia or like, but we can't do Narnia. It'd be like Nania, like Octagonia, Nania, Nania. Ooh, but we won't know until. So maybe I'll remember it, maybe not, and maybe someone will remind me and be like, "Hey, you had a good name a couple episodes back," or maybe whatever. But we've got 8, and actually, let's take a bunch of coal. Now that I think about it, let's take a couple stacks. I mean, let's see if we have more in our reserves. All right, what would be useful? Coal, wood, lava. Yeah, lava, and then well, no, we don't need. I'll just take what's handy. We'll leave the buckets there because basically, and we do have wood growing there. But I mean, if we have, I mean, we have mangroves growing there, but we kind of need this for, I don't know. Let's give them some wood, some magma. I'm bringing the map, some processed iron. Yeah, there we go. So we got some processed iron, which we can even make into blocks. I'm hesitant to do the diamonds yet, but I've also haven't mined out any of those places. The only 2 places that I have mines are in my home fortress. So this is actually, yeah, I should say, this is all from, ooh. See, actually now I don't know. Like looking at the map, the only other place that I might have a mine is here, I think in Tercera. But I don't think so. I want to say that's the jungle one with like the little hut. That was like my main, I remember making that outpost a little more. And then Quater, I don't think I actually did anything. Fithenberg, I don't even have a dot. So once I figure out this mystery for Octagonia, actually, I'm going to bring it. I say that, but like, if it's something that I need to do with it, I want to make sure. So I'm going to bring a lot of resources to Octagonia, including an empty locator map in case I need to swap them out. And this is also a good time to mention, like, you would do this for IT too. You would try to bring, like, if you're going to a different office building location, you try to bring all the tools that you'll need, and then you should bring any resources that would be beneficial to have in that location for the future. So, now see, I want to say because it's not a locator map, we have empty locator map. Like I think for that reason, just to eliminate that in troubleshooting steps as to why there isn't a green dot, I purposely don't let myself make the other type of maps. Like if I do that, I mean, I don't know if I accidentally did make them. I mean, it's not that I mean, and this might be a learning moment. Like if I just find out that these maps, I don't know. That's why I have an empty locator map and I have a cartography table there. So I think at least we can make a copy of it and then have a location marked on it. But I don't know. I'm also still trying to figure out what to do about being all high up in the air like that. I mean, I like it, don't get me wrong. And I've done that before, I know. Like, I built a tower up to it. but I was confused as to why, because I had a perfectly good portal over there. And then that just makes me a little worried about my understanding of portals. Oh, and I need, well, I have, wait. Oh, it's like 5. Okay, never mind. There's my 5-minute warning. All right, well, we'll see if we can't figure this off. We'll deliver the supplies. And again, like, I think not just America, I think NATO, like all of NATO, all of the rest of the civilized world should come together in agreement on how to help developing nations. And now with and keeping in mind the benefit of the locals. So I think that's what everybody's really saying. All right, so wait, I need to focus here. So going this way, I'm going to take this this cart, which means take a penny, leave a penny. I'm going to take the cart and leave something else, probably that. So the next time I'm going to be coming through here, I'm going to be like, what, a piece of dirt? Just a single piece of dirt. Anyways, that's littering. If you were to do that in real life and say this is a highway, and we're going to even just the next state over, which is America speak for the next country over. Oh, because it is really like that. Like we're a very large nation, and China's really large too. So it's no surprise that they have a lot of resources to support such a vast population. But then they also had that population problem for a long time. So there's that to keep in mind. But let's see, this is bothering me though. See, it is a locator map because I see my location as I'm moving on it, and that's my understanding of what Actually, I should just leave that there. There we go. Okay, because then I won't feel like I want to leave it in there like I did with that other one, which is good. I'm still glad. But now this one. So like I see it right there. It looks like a siren head. And like I just don't get it. All right, and this is gonna be a big jump, and that's why I love doing these things. I'm gonna leave this lit for now. I might have to climb all the way back up here, which will be annoying because there is that glitch on this realm where if I jump too high up, so then I have to do stairs. Oh, it's such a pain. But look, it's a new portal, and usually I hack the corners off. So I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we just have to have it here. So, and the reason I thought it was like the other one before, but it's not because I put netherrack on the outside, but I remember there's obsidian and netherrack when these portals appear up in the sky like this. So we do have another one, and anyways, there's where I want to go. Let's do this. Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and welcome to Jackass. Whee! And again, like, you know, I hope that kids aren't watching this, but at the same time, if they are, oh, and see this that was the whole point of this column was because the portal was under there. So now it's up here and our portal over there doesn't matter. So that's okay. I mean, I like that. It's like the eye of oh my gosh, that is cool, but that is going to be my next project. Fortunately or unfortunately. Good news, bad news. Good news, you've got a really cool portal up in the middle of the sky. Bad news, now you got to build to get. Oh, and you almost lost this block of amethyst. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. See, I'm watching the Gravity Falls. and there's a character on there, young Gideon, that sounds like an effeminate homosexual Southern Baptist like kid, which is kind of weird, but he acts like an adult, and that's like I don't know the whole. Ugh. Anyways, wait, we're at literally in the last 15 seconds, so yeah. Anyways, it's a great cartoon. Don't focus on any sexualization aspect of it. It's just like the way like they talk. Like, anyways, have a good one. See ya.